Yes, baby. Yes. Breakthrough workout. Took 5 seconds off the first mile. Probably another 5 seconds off the second mile. 5:53 pace. Last week was like 5:58. So huge measurable improvements. Go ahead and do a warm down now and try to repeat this process on Sunday, but just with a 5K instead of the 2 mile. So woo, we're coming along just in time, baby. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 2023 Escape the Cape Triathlon race preview. So I've done this race 4 or 5 times now. So I'm going to tell you how's my training going into this race, and then also mentally, what do you have to do to prepare for, get your mindset to be successful at this race. All right, before I give you a race course and mental strategy preview, be aware that I have 2 past videos out on YouTube. It looks like one of my videos is the 3rd most popular Escape the Cape Triathlon search out there. It's always neat to watch. They got videos of people jumping off the ferry out in the middle of the Delaware Bay. This company does a great job advertising using social media. All right, let's just walk through what am I thinking in here. We'll start with the morning of the race. There's usually a long line to get in transition. I remember last year they were calling for people to go board the ferry at 6 a.m. and people were still coming in, didn't have their bikes racked yet. So you want to be there early. It's because you got parked far away, and again, the police and the dogs are checking your bags. This year I do have a VIP pass, so it's going to be pretty cool to park right there by the transition area. All right, now, thing you need to prepare for, if you're doing the sprint triathlon, you will sit on that boat for 2 hours. So I want to be the first person on the boat, go upstairs and just grab a seat and sleep. Also, I want to take probably 16 ounces of water with me and a bunch of goop packets. In previous years, I would take a bagel and Gatorade. I'm not doing that this year. Every year, I always cramp up on the run, so I'm going to try something different and just stick with water and goop packets. But hey, you're going to be hungry sitting out there for 2 hours. I wish they would do the sprint triathlon first, back the boat up and do the Olympic, but they don't do that. We'll comment on that whenever we have the race results video pushing out for you for next week. So, all right. Usually a wetsuit legal swim. I'll go over my gear here after I'm done talking about the race preview. So I don't know yet. Depends on what the water temperature is and how cold it is. Maybe short sleeve. I got a brand new long sleeve. Also got a skin suit in case the water temperature is above the legal limit. Most likely it won't be. Last year, my personal best swim time is 10 minutes. They're usually pretty consistent at throwing the boat at the same spot. They're probably using some type of GPS out there. I think the last 2 years I've swam 10 minutes. And last year I actually stopped for 15-30 seconds. Nothing could prepare you for this race. It was so much, the swales goes up and down, up and down. So as you're swimming, your body's going up and down. You can't prepare that for yourself in a pool. So that threw me off. Again, I had to pause last year. So if I could get through the swim, break 10 minutes, and just go without stopping and save another 15-30 seconds, that's just going to be my confidence booster. All right, they historically, maybe many years ago, they would put the ferry out in the middle of the Delaware Bay more, and you'd actually want to swim on an angle because the current would push you out toward the end of the pier. So I was always tell everybody, swim on an angle, swim towards the beach. Now, the past 1 to 2 years, they're parking parallel, a mile and a half or half a mile up from the beach. So I don't know. I would stay. I think the current's going to be stronger if you stay out in the middle and just head straight for the sight line to the finish line, as opposed to cutting in on an angle towards the beach. So that's my strategy heading into it this year. All right, getting out into transition. A lot of people are just going to be, hey, I'm so happy I got done with that swim, and they're going to be jogging. Hey, transition is just as important as every other area. You got to sprint past all those people who are just jogging in the transition area. If you're doing a sprint, remember all the Olympic people are going to be ahead of you. You're going to be passing the slower Olympic people. There's going to be rocks on the sand and the pavement. Remember one year I stepped on a rock and ended up hurting my foot felt at my foot for about 2 years. All right, getting into transition, I will not wear any socks. I just got to save every second as possible. Get out on the bike. Another, this is a great race, but I do have a couple suggestions that they could do for improvement. They force everybody to go out on the bike lane, even though you go into this Escape the Cape, the ferry area, and they got now 4, 5, 6 lanes going into the ferry. They force all the bikers, so you got 2,000 bikers going out on a small bike trail, and then they say no pass zone. And it's like a half a mile long to get out there. That is completely not fair. So if Escape the Cape, the company, if you're listening out there, why don't you ask the ferry, can we take out one of the lanes, express lanes, so that way you're not getting stuck. Because if you have a no passing zone, it's completely not fair to get behind somebody on a mountain bike going 8 miles an hour, and you're trying to win the race going 20 mile an hour out the bike trail heading out to the course. So, all right, you get out into the course. It did switch it last year. It's going to be 15 seconds faster because we're cutting straight through town as opposed to making a right-hand turn and going around the park. You do want to then you're going to go up over the bridge, so you want to push yourself, get out of your comfort zone, maintain your speed going up over the bridge. Then you got a downhill sharp turn to the right. You want to be able to take that as fast as possible without falling. And then you do get into a bumpy zone, so it gets a little dangerous. Your bike's going to be boom, 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 bumping. There's usually potholes, and there's a lot of triathletes out there because you have the Olympic is going before the sprint. So if you're in the sprint, I remember it was like 3 wide the entire course last year. It was just again, that's why I suggest to the race organizers, say put the sprint before the Olympic. Maybe next year if you could do that, that'd be pretty cool. All right, so every turn you go around to, you want to make sure you're getting out of your saddle and push yourself to get your speed back up, heading out of each turn. Come back over the bridge. Again, you want to push that, and then you want to make sure you don't hold your brakes going down across the bridge. Maintain your speed. Then you head back towards the transition area. You'll make one right-hand turn up and do a loop around the houses. Then it's going to start getting real. You're going to see some fans, and you're going to see the head runners out on the course. So you're going to get in the transition area. Want to get out of there. Then, or at least for me, it's usually hot, 90 degrees. I'm going all out on the bike. I never have a good run here, so I'm not conserving energy on the bike just because there's always that chance that I'm not going to have a good run. So go all out on the bike. On the run, what I'll do, my strategy is just the first half mile, take it easy. So that's for me 6:30 pace, keep the heart rate down, and then start to pick up the speed. And hopefully drop down to 6:10 pace or something. I doubt I'm going to be, while I'm doing 6 minute flat or under here now in practice, I doubt in the heat after pushing the bike pretty hard they'll be able to do 6 flat. Then coming down the past 1 or 2 years, they did make the run course more challenging. So last mile you're going to be running in loose, deep sand. So if you're a 6 minute flat pace runner, you're going to be dropping a whole minute per mile pace whenever you get out into the sand. So expect a minute slower 5K time. And again, it's time trial start, so you got to mentally keep on pushing yourself and get to the end finish line there, and then you just hope that you had a good race. So for me, I may even actually write on my or have it memorized or write on my hand as far as a 10-minute swim. I think I want like a 30-minute or faster bike, and then if I could break a 21-minute 5K on the run, just want to have that mentally in my mind, so I have something to push towards in case you're not out there riding with somebody. It's always an advantage to be able to ride behind somebody in that bike, maybe not draft them, but at least be able to see somebody, and you push and push yourself and keep up with them, but mentally you need a target that you want to have to shoot for. So. All right, there you have it. That's what I'm thinking about heading into this race. All right, let's get into started packing here. Got my gear out. I have a brand new Xterra long sleeve wetsuit. Got a short sleeve wetsuit, a skin suit, just in case the water temperature gets too hot and you can't use a wetsuit. And I'm starting to prepare my gear here, ready to go. Make sure you don't forget your race belt. There's my goo packets for to take on the ferry beforehand. All right, let's look at how the training is going. Hey, we got there about 3 weeks ago. I was pretty short in the 70s for my overall fitness. Yesterday I was actually up to 85, 86, and only 1 off of last year. So that means my fitness level is pretty much the same as last year. And if I execute a good race, proper nutrition, I'm going to do better than last year. So you can see it's the beginning of the year, went up, got sick, and we steadily got on a increase there. Fitness is really coming along here these last couple weeks. I have been adding a little bit of extra volume and intensity, and you can see from my past videos, my 2 mile and 5K times are definitely getting faster every weekend. So excited heading into this race. All right, what's going on 1 week out until that race right there? So I'm going to go ahead and repeat what I did last Friday. I think we did. I just did a 5 mile warm up on the treadmill. I'm going to try to do 2 miles as fast as I can and try to repeat the speed. It was a 5:58 pace from last week. So I got the Alpha Flies on here. I hate these shoes. I got 90 miles on the shoes. The outsole material starting to peel away just after 90 shoes, but or 90 miles. So just trying to get a couple more miles out of these. Just realizing how expensive they are. So yeah, I want to bump up, try to get my 5K speed back. I used to every race I used to do, I used to break 18 for years and years in a row. Now I'm struggling to get under 19 minutes. So I want to get that speed back. I'll sacrifice my mile speed and haven't been doing any Strava segments lately, again, just because it's all about the 5K time right here. So again, I'm going to put the camera down there and try to knock this 2 mile out. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if I am going to see you out there at the Escape the Cape 2023 Triathlon. And if you want in the YouTube video, feel free, come up, approach me. I'd love to get a couple interviews for the video, so the video is not all about me, and it's just about the great time that everybody's having out there. So, all right, see you next week.